have nothing against farmers named Dave. For the record, I have nothing against farmers named Dave. I just I also like farmers named like Josie and like Ferdinand as well, right? It's like farmers can be named all sorts of things. um, oh my gosh. Well, I hope by the time I'm reading this that you have in fact eaten your last two Snickers. Hopefully. Uh, did I miss? What else did I miss in chat while I was tuned out? Oh yeah, did we appoint Lauren sheriff? Let's look at the results. Oh, contentious. 5 votes for, 5 votes against. Wow, it's a close race. I mean, and I guess it's still technically going. All right, sorry. Uh, um, all right. Oh, you haven't eaten your Snickers yet. Well, or at least you hadn't eaten your Snickers by the time you said this. Cletus and Remus. Those are good farmer names. Cletus and Remus would eat the Snickers. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like they would. Let Cletus and Remus be your spirit guides in this Snickers journey that you are on. All right. I feel caught up. I feel up to date. All right, so now, yeah, let me just reacquaint myself with how I set up the data for these events. I know I need outcomes, and yeah, I guess I could start. Wait, yeah, the quest data gets or the event data gets read in at the start, and it doesn't change while the script runs. Oh. Hey, Yellow Ragtag, how's it going? Welcome. Uh, I I'm a little slower on chat today just because I don't know. I'm trying new things and we'll see how it works out. So far, it seems to be okay. Right. Okay. So this data gets read in when the script gets started, and it doesn't get read in while the script is running. So as long as I only start the script when data is valid here, I can like put in partial data hypothetically. I shouldn't though. I'm gonna make a new folder. I'll just start making them on my desktop because that's very practical and a sensible arrangement of data. So this will be like farmstead .txt, and it will be so. What is an event type 4? An event type 4 is like the bridge is an event type 4. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, this is fine. Uh, right, because there's one. Okay, so the way it's set up here is that like the first outcome is the success case, and that's when everything goes swimmingly. All right, so let's start setting this up. So it'll be event type 4. It will be multi. There's only going to be two real options, but it's basically like you can choose just to pick carrots, or you can choose just to corral ponies, or you can do both. Or you can do all three things, hypothetically, except for the third one isn't really a thing. So, all right, so this line is this line. So let's copy this, put that there. You stay the night at Farmstead, shorthanded due to injuries from a recent skirmish. You can uproot carrots. All right, anyways, that's fine. It's a little abrupt. It's like you stay the night, and then all of a sudden there's injuries, and then why are you working on this farm all of a sudden? I don't know. I think it's fine for what it is. All right, so the fake one is chase ducks. Chase ducks is not a real thing. All right, so then what's the outcome of the good outcome is the something happy and farm like something like something peaceful and what's the difference between like a farm that's working and a farm that's not working? Because like I don't know, farms are like very like they don't have I don't know. I guess but I don't spend enough time on farms to know like what is the characterization of like a smoothly running farm. Because like a machine is like whirring or like humming if it's like if things are working, if things are all in order, and like a city is like buzzing if things are like active and like busy. But like, what does a farm do? It doesn't make like a it doesn't make like a background noise, I guess. Like there's not. So I guess maybe I shouldn't be like staying auditory with this cue. I should try and paint the picture otherwise. So like the farm is like I kind of I don't know, I'll come back to that one. I'll need to think of that. So like so the next outcome is like the less successful outcome because I don't need this open right now. So the slightly less successful outcome because too many people picked carrots. Okay, so there weren't as many carrots. Oh, this is like the treasure. This is a lot like the treasure. Yeah, but that's fine because the event is not like the treasure. This particular outcome is like kind of like how we set up the treasure, but there weren't as many carrots as it looked, or something. I don't know. There weren't very many carrots after all, or there weren't that many carrots. Right. Okay. Excuse me. So then, yeah. Right. So, ponies. The you startled the ponies. If an entire mob of adventurers all run at the ponies all at the same time, the ponies. Oh wow! I'm completely not set up to see who a new follower would be. Oh, it's a kangaroo. Welcome. Thank you for following. Yeah, it occurred to me like that like text literally just in my new setup that like text literally doesn't show up anywhere. So yeah, so I guess I just have to expand OBS and it kind of just like pops out of my head. In that case, anyways, yeah, Z kangaroo, welcome. So the the ponies are still a bit overwhelmed. Poor ponies. And then are a bit overwhelmed still. Still. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so good outcome. Good outcome. What is a good outcome? For no particular reason. No, for a good reason. But sorry, I was just clicking on something on my other computer, but don't mind me. All right, so beautiful, happy farm. Beautiful, happy farm. That's not a rhetorical question. That's a. It's a. Oh, sorry. Sorry. No, that's just an image that is becoming clearer and clearer in my mind as I think about it. Beautiful farm. So, I can't get I can't get like poetic about this. So the farm runs smoothly. That's what farms do when things are good. They run smoothly. Or the farm runs almost as smooth as with its proper crew. Yay! All right. Right. So farmstead's done, and now I can add it to the folder with the events. Farmstead. Right. Hopefully that data is well formed. I haven't made these in a while, so I might accidentally mess up. I think it's just like new lines, no spaces. I'm pretty sure that's how I'm supposed to format the data. All right. So let me catch up on chat again real quick. 4 Snickers. That's That was a lot of Snickers. Cletus would be proud. Cletus and I forget who else. Remus. They would be proud. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm fairly random about that. Zero Maverick. I don't know. I just when it occurs to me like, oh, that person's been cool for like a sustained amount of time. Like, cause someone will be cool one day and like then maybe the next day they're less cool. But like, I don't know. No, if someone is cool consistently, like it might not occur to me immediately, but when it does occur to me, I'm like, oh, I should hand out swords. uh, Plus, I happen to know, yeah, like Zero Maverick in particular, I'm prone to trust you because I know that you are also a competent streamer. Like you know how this all works. You got it down. So I entrust you with this green sword. Uh, I guess technically it's a white sword on a green background, but anyways, yeah, we did a farmstead. All right, did I miss anything in chat? Doop doop. Uh, all right. um. So, huh? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Never mind. It just occurred to me, like, part of the reasons I was as strict as I was with the rules of chat is because I had the chat showing up on screen, and I didn't want people to say like stuff that would be uncomfortable to be said on stream. So like, don't go crazy with this, you guys. But just for like, especially for the mods out there, I guess we could like we don't have to be as strict as we have been. I guess that's like one benefit, right? Like because like part of the reason I had the rule of like keep it PG-13, like don't like go X-rated or anything, but like I don't know, if you like hypothetically if you said something untoward or like a little bit risque or like you used a little bit of blue humor, like I think that it actually is probably okay at this point. Just to throw that out there. I might I might change my mind and I might just ban everyone arbitrarily. No, I mean I probably won't do that, but just yeah. Let, let's let's try new things, right? Trent's got the idea. All right, sorry, never mind. Just kidding. Sorry. I shouldn't change my habits. I just yeah. All right. So what hallucinating? Do I want to tackle the hallucination? The event that doesn't actually happen? The event that's all in your mind? It's actually, I guess it's a mass hallucination at this point because, it's a group of people all experiencing the same hallucination, which is kind of interesting. So maybe it's not literally hallucination. Maybe it's just like illusions. I don't know. That one's not very clear in my mind. I'll come back to that one. A single person with a single problem. Yeah, it's not really a thing either. This might be like the setting for another one. I mean, I could just like concoct a story for this person if I felt like it, or I could go back to I could continue using the prompt generator to try and figure out what this person's problem is, which would be similar to like combining stuff, which would be kind of the same thing as combining stuff. So I can just combine some of these because if once I go through this list, like these don't each have to be individual events. Like once I go through this list, I can go back and come up with more. Go back to the drawing board, as it were. Excuse me, 1 second. Sorry. All right. So. Sorry, I was just thinking about ponies. It's occurring to me, like, I don't know if corralling ponies is really an important thing, but, whatever. It's a thing that I like, so I'm gonna keep it. Um, so, so a single person with a single problem, intrigue, betrayal in the throne room. Huh. So yeah, so I was thinking like, okay, so there's a traitor in the throne room. Uh, so one thing I could do with this is I could kind of play with the rules a little bit because event type one, there's only one correct answer in event type one, and so if there's betrayal or intrigue in the throne room or wherever, like if one person is the culprit, hypothetically, like we could retroactively decide who was the culprit based on the action taken. I don't think that's the right message to send. Because technically, what that would mean is that if everyone got together and accused one person unanimously, then that would be the correct person to have accused. But that just, I don't know, I think that sends the message. No, I don't think that's quite right. I don't think that plays with the rules in the correct way. Because that basically just, like, makes it the case that innocence or guilt is irrelevant as long as there's, like, a consensus, which is not a good message to send. I don't want my game to be about that. Quite the opposite. So I guess like yeah, no, it can't be about like who to accuse. Like that can't be, at least not for event type one. Uh, so what do you do in the case? So what yeah? So what is the state of a? Sorry, just to recap real quick. Zero. We could use zero for this one. Yeah, we should probably use zero for this one, right? Because then it'll change each time. Because event type zero is the yeah. So this could kind of be. I mean, this is kind of like the make event type zero with a gamble. Like maybe there's intrigue and betrayal in the throne room, uh, uh, and you have to accuse someone, I guess, or something, or like so like okay someone has been uh, 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 so all evidence suggests uh, hmm. Oh, so the interesting thing about event type zero, at least for now, ah, sorry, I was having to see my my quote in chat. Yep, that's a pretty accurate quote. That's pretty well descriptive, or it's a pretty strong characterization. Um, uh, yeah. Okay. So the interesting thing about event types, ooh, I can make a new event type. I can make a new event type. Ooh, well, I would actually want to make a new event type zero, and I'd want to make the current event type zero into event type one, and I'd want to make event type one into event type two, and I'd like kind of want to like bump everything up a little bit, which would be fine. Like that wouldn't be that hard to do. Oh, except for the data files. The data files would be slightly awkward to edit. But no, I just decided I want a new event type because the so like event type the current event type zero is more akin to hey Gizmo, how's it going? The current event type zero is more akin to event types 2 and 4 because in current event type zero, like the fact that one of the outcomes is good does not indicate what the other outcomes could be. All outcomes could be good, or all outcomes could be poor. So, I want to make So I want to make another event type that has like more of a randomness to the outcome, but but there is only one correct answer per se. I'm thinking of this particularly because in the case that there's betrayal in the courtroom or throne room. Well, I mean, I guess I could use the current event type zero, and then it could just be the case that like hypothetically there are multiple culprits. But I don't know. It just occurred to me that there is this distinction that I might like in some cases, and so it would be nice to have that as an option. So the other thing is that there's no complicated math here, so this would actually be fairly quick to implement too. I could add this event type with not much difficulty. The only weird thing is that then so now this would be like 0 and 1 would be one event type, 2 and 3 would be what had been 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 would be, or no, 4 and 5 would be what had been 3 and 4. So I'd probably confuse myself a bit. maybe I should just make the new one event type 5 and just deal with that. I mean, I can make it event type -1 if I felt like it. Excuse me. Maybe I shouldn't make these sequential numbers. Maybe I should make them like 0, like 10, and like 20, so that way when I add new event types, I can put them places. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at setting this up. I guess this is a strong argument for like enums, right? Because if I was using like actual enums, oh, yeah. I mean, there's no reason I have to use an integer anyways. I could just use like a string or something. It's like name these event types. Although I'm really bad at naming things, which is why I tend to just use integers. So yeah. Do I want to do that? I mean, I think I'm pretty sure I want to do that. I'll start adding it, and then I can figure out how to add it, like where to add it as a number. I think I'm also going to like shake up how I do event type 0 currently, because right now event type 0 is like just strictly random. Like each of the outcomes, it's just like it just randomly chooses an outcome. So excuse me. All right. Sorry about that. I should probably turn off my microphone. Like that. I'm sorry. That was awful. All right. So event types. Event type 0. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So this is gonna be an else if. And then so the first one will be if curve dot type equals, I'll just use -1. No, it wouldn't even be -1. It would, oh yeah. No, it would. Yeah, it would. The new one that I'm adding in would be -1, and the old event type would be 0. So, oh, I just used, yeah, I literally used random integer between 0 and 2. I guess, how do I want to change the old event type 0, and what do I want to do with the new event type 1? A few things is the answer to that question. I guess I don't have to be zoned out of chat at this point, so if I could be, I was going to corral ducks. Sorry, I'm really slow on chat right now. Or I was zoned out of chat for a while. But yeah, I did want to corral ducks at first, but that didn't make enough sense. Or I felt like ponies would make more sense. Anyways, I'm glad. I'm happy with how things came out. Oh, you're getting a new PC, Gizmo. Again, I'm sorry for zoning out on chat for so long, but that is exciting. That's a very special time, right? It's like when I get a new PC, I put a lot of thought into like what I'm getting, like a lot of research. But it's just so wonderful when you actually get it all together and you boot it up for the first time and everything's way faster or like way better than everything else you'd been, all that old like junk that you'd been working with for so long before then. Yeah. Chat is like the tides sometimes, or it's not like the tides. It's like, because it's like the chat is like I don't know how to describe it exactly, but like sometimes it's just like nonstop, and then sometimes it's just like it's very peaceful and placid. I'm guessing some of that is because I had not been engaging with it actively, but that just happens naturally. Yeah, okay. So for event type 0. What do I want to do? I think I want to change the math a little bit here, because it's yeah, right now it's like, maybe it's okay how it is. Well, let me think of like what are the probabilities in the other outcomes, because like perfect is like actually fair. Like perfect is way more common. Like perfect is so common in outcome 0 as it is right now, whereas like in the other ones, like perfect is actually a lot less common. So hey, it's event time. I should rebalance that because right now it's just kind of like it's a little gratuitous. So let's instead say that the probability of getting the probability. Let's say okay. So let's look at. I'll stop saying probability. No, that's a lie. I'll keep saying probability, but I'll try and say it not as many times in a row without forming a full sentence. Uh, the So it's actually pretty rare to get perfect in. I could just use these thresholds, 0.4, 0.92. Yeah, I could just use these. Blah, blah, blah. I could just use these thresholds because I think I'm using these thresholds for. Yeah. All right. So we'll just do it that way. Oh well, then that's the other thing. Is like these excuse me, these event types follow specific rules where the probability is not just based, like the probability is based on like the extent to which a particular action has been chosen. But in the other event types, like that has a correspondence to the extent to which other actions have been chosen. Because there's like a finite number of actions that can be taken. Or like if you consider like an action taken as an individual unit to be measured, then there are a finite number of like action takens in existence. And so if I just used, for example, if I just like rolled a die and like took a number higher than 40% as nice and a number higher than 92% as perfect, then that actually wouldn't completely encapsulate the same extent to which probability. Well, yeah, I think that's fine. It wouldn't. It's so what I'm basically the gist is that event type 0 will still be a higher payout than like event type 2 or 4, but that's fine. It won't be quite as much. It won't be quite as much of a jackpot. It'll just be a slightly higher payout, which seems fine, I think. All right. So instead of just randomly like assigning that, let's say RV equals random dot random. This will just be our random float. Wait, what? Random dot wait. How do you choose like a random value? I think it's random dot random. I thought it was. Anyways, let's see how I'm doing at other places. So random dot rand int. What's the other one? Random dot rand int. Do I only use random dot rand int? No, I must use random dot. Oh, whoa! No, I really only ever get random ints. That's interesting. So let's ask the internet how I get a random float. Random. I think I used to use it, but I guess random dot random. Maybe? I don't know. Random dot random, yeah. Yeah, alright, cool. Fine. I was right all along. Alright, random dot random. RV equals random dot random. So then if okay, we can comment this out pretty much. If actually we can say no. If if RV is greater than or equal to 0.92, then bdict b key equals oops, didn't mean to copy the pound sign. Bdict b key equals 2. Else if unindent this please. Else if RV is greater than or equal to 0.4, then bdict b key equals 1, and then in the case that it's not higher than either of those things, then it else it equals 0. So yeah, there's still a very high chance of getting nice. Nice is still the... Well, no, actually, no. There's actually a greater chance of getting nice now. Because it used to be like you had a 30% chance of getting nice, and now you have like a 42% chance. 52% chance? You have a 52% chance of getting nice. But you have a less chance of getting perfect, so the overall value did come down a bit. Just a bit. How many LOC did I write already for the game? Oh, lines of code. Thank you. I was like, we are at 1629 lines of code. Yes. I've never had a root beer float from Sonic. I did have a corn dog once, and I was like, "This is a fine corn dog." That was my impression of me having a corn dog at Sonic, or a reenactment. That was a dramatic reenactment of me having had a corn dog at Sonic. Oh, sorry. I just read the line about yeah. You get a new PC. You run all the games that you want to run on it, and then you realize that wow, this is like a gratuitous use of processing power. Like these games run these games would have run just fine on any machine. It's still a nice feeling though, because you know that if the next game comes out, and if the next game requires tons of processing power, you'll be ready. You'll be good to go. All right. Yes. So DS Distorted, you may notice that I am working on this. Well, I mean, yeah. No. I'm for future projects. I'm thinking, because I've been streaming, I probably should get a little more verbose. So I think for example, in the Signal Jam that we just did on a couple weeks ago, I actually was a bit more descriptive with how I named things, and so I have started doing that, but I tried to use enums, but then enums were like I don't know, they were more trouble than they were worth, really. So yeah, my code is not the I work independently, and I really take advantage of that, because I make it so that I can read my code, and that's the important part. But yeah, no, yeah. If I was working with more people, well, for one thing, if I was working with more people, I probably wouldn't be coding nearly as much. But anyways, it's on my radar. DS started. Thank you for looking at. All right, so this is this is good. This is good. This is good. Huh. I mean, I almost want to. No, this is good. Yeah. This is good. I'll say it a few more times, just to make sure I believe it. Just to make sure I really believe it. All right, so then event type, I'm calling it -1 for now, but whatever this one is, we'll want to do things a bit differently, because what do we want the possible outcomes to be? I guess we probably still don't. We don't want a failure case. So hypothetically, in event type 1, if you fail to reach a decision, or if in event type 3 you fail to diversify, then there's technically a poor outcome. In event type 3 there can be multiple poor outcomes depending on how you with event type 4, actually, kind of you could startle the ponies, or you can you can make short work of the carrot. Admittedly not the one time that I'd use comments enjoyer is when I'm faking an enum. Sometimes I'll be bdict key equals 1. If this was a fake enum, I would say 1 is like the thing. 2 is the other thing. Like something like that. All right. So I don't think I want to do that with event type 0. I think in event type 0, sorry, I'm calling it event type 0 already, but like the new event type 0, event type -1, I think like one of them is going to pay off. You're guaranteed that one of them is going to pay off. And I guess probably exactly one of them. Yeah, I think that's how event type 0 is going to work. One of them is going to be perfect every time, and none of the rest. Right? Yeah. Yes. 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 Alright, we'll do it. I mean, admittedly, it's a very simple game, this one. Event type 0. So I probably won't want to go crazy with it, but I don't know. Every now and again, it's not that bad. Alright, so, I mean, if I wanted to, I could define a bunch of different, like, modes of randomness. Like, I could have, no, I'll just worry about this for now. I mean, if I, one thing I could do is I could scale it by the number of options. Like, I can make it so that, if there are, like, 3 options, one of them will be perfect, and the other will not be perfect or nice. I can make it that if there are like 4 options, then like one of them's perfect, one of them's nice, and then the other 2 are like, I can worry about that later. All right. So yeah, so what do we want to do here? Now we want to say like so like winning value equals random.randint. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I hope to see you again sometime. Link to a prototype. Hey, Tao, yeah. Hey, sure, yeah, I can, if you post a link, Tao, I can repost it. Tao Gashtu. I forget if I should be calling you Tao or if I just assumed that of my own accord. Is that a legit nickname for you? If not, I apologize. Alright, so the winning value is just going to be random between all the possible values. Not necessarily just the actions that people have chosen, but like the curev dot actions. Yeah, and the length of curev dot actions. Yeah, and then sorry, I said I would repost a link for Tao. Here is Tao's link. The thing that I posted in chat is Tao's link. Oh yeah, and I started calling him Tao even before he said I can call him Tao. But yeah, call him. Oh wow, and it's nice too, or it has audio. Sorry, that just reminded me that I usually don't have audio on my other computer when I'm streaming, just in case. Oh wow, it looks. All right, I'll have to wait. Hold on, I'll also add it to my list of. Uh-oh, my mouse cursor seems to have escaped. Where did my mouse cursor go? Oh no. Well, when I can, I'll try and oh man. What happened to my mouse, Tao? My mouse disappeared. I don't have a mouse. Give me back my mouse, Tao. Shoot, how do I oh wait, I know what to do. Whoops. Wait, hold on. I need to get my mouse back real quick. I'll just sorry for putting my face so close to the camera. Oh, there's my mouse. I found my mouse. I found my mouse, you guys. Don't worry. It's all good. Oh, did it disappear again? Oh, it's just disappeared on this one. Shoot. Sorry, this is frustrating. Alright, I'm almost there. I almost got it. Almost got it. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got it. All right. Yeah, I did it. Yay. All right. Sorry, that was really frustrating. So, oh no, I can't rinse my own chat. Shoot. Sorry, I'm just gonna rinse chat real quick. I'm sorry. Oh, clear my chat. There we go. Oh, clear my chat. Wait, did that clear chat, or did that just clear my chat? I don't know. Sorry. Wow, that was fun. What were we doing? What were we working on just a second ago? I completely forget. uh, no, I'll just get back to this. Okay, so the winning value is the outcome that succeeds. So I lost all my chat, so I don't know what Zero Maverick. I don't know what you're saying is the easiest thing you've ever worked with, but wow, Tao, has it really been that long? um, yeah, that's side quest. Do you remember side quests? Or was I working on Hero the last time you stopped by? Yeah. For the past few months, I've been working on side quest, which is this thing going on over here. In fact, I'm working on side quest right now. So so oh, cool. Oh yeah, I've never worked with that one before. I've never worked with the Source SDK engine, but wow, easiest thing. That is. I mean, that's a pretty strong endorsement. So, I don't know. I just like tools. I really appreciate when tools like are not difficult to understand. Like I don't care if like a tool like requires like a very masterful hand in order to use. Like a pencil, for example, super easy to use. All you have to do is you have to just pick it up and you just have to touch it to paper. That's what I like in a tool. Like to become a great artist or a great writer, like that takes skill and that takes a lot of effort. But the tool itself, the pencil itself, not easy, not difficult to use. Like that is, yeah. So that's what I consider that high praise to say. Anyways, hey, it's been time. So Tao, this is oh wow, yeah. So Trusty Bard is the is like the leader, not the leader of side quest, but Trusty Bard is like the storyteller of side quest. So pay attention to Trusty Bard to get the details on what's going on. So okay, we have a winning value based on all of our available actions. Oh wait, how are our actions indexed? Oh, they're probably indexed. Wait, that does. Wait, how do we pick one of these actions at random? Well, I guess they're technically indexed, but yeah, no, I guess they are technically indexed. They're just like reverse indexed in this dictionary. So, and then I'll just say like for excuse me. Yeah, okay. So, by default, how do I do this further? By default, the outro. Oh no, I don't have to. No, I don't have to worry about the default outro because you're guaranteed that one of these will win. So okay. So for AI in curev dot actions, if curev actions index AI equals equals the winning vote or the winning value, then that value is the winner. Wait, let me see if I'm setting up actions the correct way. I think this is what I do with actions. I think I like number them. But that's kind of a big presumption. Yeah. So act place. Wait, act place. What the heck is act place? Oh, what? What on earth is act place? No, No, seriously, what is act plays? Oh, it does get referenced other places. All right, well that's good. I was like, does act plays never get referenced anywhere else? Okay. Wait, what? What on earth is act plays? Oh, this is unrelated. No, what am I actually looking for? I'm looking for when we load in. Yeah. Uh, is this it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, actions li equals ri. Ri being, yeah, okay, so the index of the action list. All right. All right, yeah. So it starts at 0 and then it goes to the length of the list. Good, good. Hopefully that's correct. Uh I never got into Counter-Strike, but that I think I feel like I was missing out. I did play Team Fortress, which was based on a Counter-Strike mod, if that counts. Oh yeah, okay, let's continue on setting this up. I think this is gonna work. Like hypothetically, this might not work, I guess, but I don't know. We'll see. So if grab actions AI equals WV, so we can say outcome. So we can say so we have the many actions. So we can say bdict index AI equals 2, because it's perfect. We can say outro string equals curev outcomes index AI, and then I think we can, like, break. Is breaking a real thing? Yeah, breaking's a real thing. We can just break out of that loop because we are good. What are you saying is not incorrect? Oh, equals. I tend to miss that one. Equals. Save that. What are you complaining about now? Equals. Always about equals. Yep. Like, is there a legit whatever jerk went ahead and put like a single equals operation as a Boolean expression? That was a terrible person because he ruined it for all of us, or he or she ruined it for everyone. And now, ever since then, we all have to put equals just to indicate that we're not actually trying to make an equivalence operation, but that we are in fact trying to make a comparative statement, statement of comparison. That inconsiderate jerk. All right. So save all of that, and then what else? Well, okay. So now we just need we actually need to have events of that type, right? I think that's the only other step. I think that's the only other thing that we need to do. I mean, I could renumber these two. Yeah, I could renumber these so that, like, this is the new event type 0, this is event type 1, and then I just have to change the data files too. I mean, I could use a script to change the data files, but there aren't that many data files, so I might just do it manually this time. In the future, like, once I beef up the number of events, then I'll probably want to excuse me, I'll probably want to start doing it like in an automated manner rather than just by hand. Alright, so save this. All of these wonderful things. And now 4 is the new 3, save that. 3 is the new 2, save that. 5 is the new 4. Wow. Look how many event types. Once upon a time, we only had like 3 or 4 event types. Once upon a time, we only had 3 event types. I mean, once upon a time, we had 0 event types because the game wasn't made yet, but uh, sentiment, sentimentality. Save that. 3. Save that. Hey, it's that one we just did. 5. 5, I say. 5. Save that. Ooh. Oh. Oh, wow. That is gorgeous. This actually reminds me of the first, this is, oh, he's a mod. I don't have to repost his links. Whoops. But no, that's, that looks awesome. It actually reminds me of the first, Oculus Rift demo I ever played. It was a scene very much like that. It was very peaceful, and, it was nice. I didn't get a chance to play it for very long, but I don't know. It left a strong impression with me. That Oculus Rift demo that I played, because I don't know. It was literally the first time that I tried it out that if you haven't tried out that technology, it's like it's effective. Like it like you're in it. You're in that place. The funny thing about the first time I tried it, this is like, I mean, I know I'm on a tangent at this point, but the oh yeah, Oculus Rift. The first time I tried Oculus Rift, the thing that seemed weird to me was not anything about the experience itself, like not anything about the game itself, or like it wasn't even a game, it was more like a demo. But like nothing about the demo seemed weird to me. What seemed weird to me is that I was hearing ghosts. Like I was hearing like voices that didn't exist in reality. By which I mean I was hearing the actual real world, and it seemed so strange to me that like because voices, like we, you know, I mean humans have like positional audio in that like we can tell if like a sound is coming from, like we can tell roughly like which direction a sound is coming from. And so like I was in this world that looked very much like Zero Maverick's scene, and so yeah, no, I agree with Bruno on this one. But yeah, right. So I was in this scene that looked like Zero's, and then I was just hearing voices and like of people in the real world, because they were just standing like off a distance away from me, and I was like, wait, those voices, they should be inside that tree. Why is that? Like I don't know. It was weird because like it was just such a convincing like if I don't know. If you haven't tried the technology before, I recommend giving it a shot, because I'm really looking forward to like when it's like widely adopted such that people are like making games for it like prolifically. So because I mean I know people are making games, but like you know they're relatively few. So like once it becomes, I don't know, well, actually, I guess I'm just looking forward to when I get one, because then I can actually start playing the games, and yeah, that's the important part. Once I get one, that's when you know technology has really made it. No, that's when I know technology is. All right, what was I? I was working on something before I got off on this tangent. All right, so let's make another. Oh yeah, let's use our new event type. Let's new text document. What is this? Oh yeah, betrayal. I'll call it betrayal. Okay, so oh yeah, so event type. This is the new zero. It's not multi. Oh wait, zero multi. Is that something that makes sense? Yeah, sure. No, that can make sense. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Yeah, no, that's actually pretty cool. So the way multi, like I didn't actually do anything to make multi work with zero, and that's just because it kind of works naturally. So multi doesn't change the outcome of event type zero. So if it's event, so okay, so event type zero, for those who might have just tuned in, the excuse me, event type zero is like a random chance. Like so in event type zero, there's one correct answer chosen at random. What happens in multi is so in the standard in a standard event, if it's not multi, then you can choose one, and then at the end of the event, you find out which is the correct answer, and maybe you chose the correct answer, maybe you didn't. In multi, you can hedge your bets. So, for example, if you think that if you're not certain which one, or like if you just don't feel like gambling, like if you don't, if you like if you think it's possible that oh, huh, yeah, I could have fun with multi. It's just occurring to me like because right now the way it works is like it's basically like you can go all in or you can hedge your bets with multi, which will work fine because yeah, because the way it works now is that like if one's worth 2 points and one is worth or if one is worth like 4 points and one is worth 2 points, then if you choose both, you'll end up with 3 points because it'll average it out. But it just occurred to me like I could have fun with multi. I could make it so that I could slant multi so that there was like basically I could like for a given event I could say whether like not like outright, but I could like under the hood like flag events for like to give multi to make multi advantageous or disadvantageous. So like if I felt like it like on gambles like that, maybe I can make it so that you could hedge your bets, but maybe there's like the overall payout is like hypothetically slightly less if you do so. I don't know. I mean that could be interesting. I don't think I'm gonna do it now, but I can definitely come back to it in the I could definitely come back to that idea at some point. Yeah, that was it. I'm not familiar with that XDK or that from that SDK, but was that shader graph? Is that Unreal? Is that Unreal shader graph? I assume, because yeah, shader graphs are amazing. Shader graphs are like if that is what that is. I assume that's what it is. But these things are like wild. Like this is basically like a discipline unto itself is like concocting those like they just get huge, and it's like what do all these little nodes do? It's in order to like figure out like I mean like the people who make those they have brilliant minds. All right. Cool. So right. Okay. So we don't actually have to do anything here necessarily. Because it's I think it's actually okay how it is. So right, I can get back to all right. I was gonna make betrayal.txt, and so this will not be multi. This will. Oh, did I already start? Yeah, I already opened this and started writing in it. So it will be event type 0. This will not be multi, because in this case, you don't get like if there are two suspects and you accuse both of them, you don't get half credit for for you don't get half credit for accusing both of them, and yes, of course, if you accuse both of them, one of those guesses will be correct. But yeah, no, this will not be multi. I do know what the throwaway option is though. It's so how do we set the stage for this event? It's gonna be so it's gonna be like there's so someone someone is traitor. Sorry, I need to write that part, but the second half will be will you accuse yeah, I try and keep consistency between like verbs and nouns for like the action tag, but sometimes like if you're doing the same verb to like multiple nouns, then it's just because like in this case you're accusing, like you have the option to accuse multiple nouns, and so accuse, it'd be awkward for accuse to be the action tag because accuse could be like an appropriate action tag for any of the possible choices. So I think it's gonna be like, will you accuse the jester? Will you accuse the jester? I do need one synonym for accuse though. So thesaurus time. Because I don't know. Uh, allege, rain, blame. I guess is a good one. We accuse the accuse the jester. Blame the. Actually, is it weird if I use different verbs there? Is that gonna make people want to use the verbs? Hmm. Blame the. What's like the advisor guy called? Advisor? No, what's like the what's like that guy that's just stands there and is smart? That's a job in a king in a throne room, right? You just stand there and be smart, or like you stand there and you're like the sagacious one. You're like the yes, no, like a vizier or like what is the word I'm looking for? Yeah, like a high, basically not the king, but like someone who's a high official, I guess. What's a generic term for like a high official? Uh, sorry, I'm back in the mode where I'm not paying as much attention to chat because I keep asking rhetorical questions. Um, I know this is not like the perfect solution, but my options were like to not stream today until I thought of the perfect solution, or to just kind of go with this. Oh, you don't know the word vizier? That's weird. So like advisor. It might be advisor. Like it might be. Oh, I think it'd be advisor, right? Or it'd be counselor, maybe. Uh, Oops. Not zero. Oops. Whoops. I typed zero again. Why do I keep doing that? Counselor? What's a counselor? It might just be counselor. I might just not care. I don't know if that's like exactly the thing that I described, but I think it's close enough to. I think it's thematic. Yeah. I don't know. Counselor. I'm probably gonna go with counselor. Or actually, I might maybe it'll be like a war official or something, like the like the war leader. I don't know. It doesn't supremely matter. I just want another. Actually, no. You know what? I should do a bunch of them because there's no reason that I have to get locked into the same formula where. Oh, actually, and you know what? I'm actually going to set this up differently. So, will you accuse the jester, the counselor? Oops, I just spelled it correctly. Counselor. I should really write these in a program that has spell check because I'm going to misspell some of these things at some point, and that'll be fun. Counselor. The war chief, or will you confess the crime? And if you guess that confess is not a real option, then you are correct. That is not a real option. Sorry, yeah, so I might even add more than just the jester, the counselor, and the war chief. Because only, actually, I guess 4 action tags can fit on screen. Yeah, and I don't think I don't have an event yet that actually puts 4 action tags on screen. So I'll come up with one other. And yeah, so I'm also going to change up the phrasing a little bit because if the list is going to get long, I don't want to come up with a new synonym for accuse for each one. So accuse the jester, the counselor, the war chief. What's another? The wizard, or like the oracle, the Uh, Sorry, I know it's probably painful to just see me like struggle for a word, but like part of it is because like I'm not a like I don't know. I'm like when I'm trying to come up with a word, I'm not always just literally looking for like a word that fits the definition. I'm also trying to like figure out like what like well so I don't know, it's weird like language. I'm sure you all know this, but I'll just ruminate for a moment on the fact that like even if there's literally like the perfect definition for the word for like the concept that you might have, um or at least for me personally, I often won't go with that because sometimes I'll find the exact definition, and the reason it didn't come to mind is because it's a very obscure word, and it doesn't get used very much in like general speech or conversation, and so as a result, like it's actually a very it actually turns out to be a fairly inert word because there aren't very many like because we won't have like very strong associations with what like the word means. I tend to try and I don't know. I try and like to the extent that I can, I'll pick words that might be slightly unconventional, but at least have like they're at least known. Because like obscure words also like a lot of people just will have never heard them before. So yeah. So part of what I'm so yeah, part of what I'm doing when I'm trying to come up with a particular word is not just to try and remember what is the definition of that word I'm trying to think of, but also to like walk around that like general like word space to make a tortured metaphor and kind of like find like the find what one kind of meets like all those criteria. It's a known quantity and it is evocative of like what I was trying to do, even if it's not exact. It's like in that theme and it works. And like sometimes occasionally if I like look at the thesaurus, I'll like change my mind. I'll be like, oh wait, no, that's a much like that's actually a better it's a better way to go with that. Am I spelling war chief correctly? I hope so. uh, um, so, all right, jester, counselor, war chief. What's another? I mean, we haven't even set this in a courtroom yet. Or excuse me, I keep saying courtroom, but I think I keep saying court because like court and or throne room, like it's like the king's court or the throne. Yeah, basically it's like very very important people or like people who would have audience with the king, kind of I guess, like on a regular basis. Hypothetically, I don't like, and of course this exists in like a weird like sort of monarchy that I made up in my head and is probably not like specifically evocative of like anything like historically accurate or canonical to another universe, fictional or otherwise. So, will you accuse the jester, the counselor, the war chief, the so the jester is funny. The counselor, yeah. So I want something mystical. The wizard, the the oracle. I don't know. I've said both of those words already. Wizard sounds too generic to me. Oracle sounds too. I don't know. When I think of an oracle, I don't think of like monarchy. I don't think of like government. I guess I don't think of oracles as working in government. I tend to think of oracles as more working outside of the system. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I'm thinking like instead of oracle, probably oracle wizard. I might just go back to the thesaurus. The number one thing that I use the thesaurus for in my life is when I'm trying to come up with a name for a character in a game that I'm playing. Oh no, I'm not talking about a prophecy. I'm talking about the person. Is oracle as a noun, or oracle as a noun to refer to a person, like the uncommon usage of the word oracle? I always thought it was. I always think of oracles as a person. At least first oracle. No, I don't even think of oracle as like a prophecy. I think of it as a person. Anyways, maybe that's just me. So wizard, I guess, or sorcerer. Uh, Magus, maybe. Maybe Magus. What's the definition of a Magus? I don't know. That just sounds very. Oh, it's Persian. In 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 origin. Really? Interesting. Why do I can't. Why did I come up with like Vizier and Magus to really interesting. All right, so that's clearly not correct. I don't know. I don't know. I came up with that. I don't know. I just think of Magus as someone who might work in. I don't know what gave me that impression, but like that was like the first thing I thought of when I heard that word. I swear, like someone must have maybe just sorcerer. Maybe sorcerer is fine. Yeah, probably sorcerer. Yeah. I could go with like cleric instead, and it's like ambiguous as to whether they actually have like mystical properties or not. Yeah, whatever. That's gonna be a cleric. Cleric. Maybe so that could be mystical or mundane. And I don't want to accuse the jester first. I actually want to accuse the jester last for no particular reason. So the counselor, the war chief, the cleric, the jester, or will you confess to the crime? Actually, hold on, wait. So, will you accuse the counselor, the war chief, the cleric, the jester? I think this should be or the jester. Will you accuse the counselor, the war chief, the cleric, or the jester, or will you confess to the crime? I could do those as two separate sentences. Nah, I don't know. I don't know what's more grammatically correct. I'm not a grammarian. I'm not a grammaturge, or whatever is the word for a person who cares about grammar. Grammarian, probably. I don't know. So because this got really long, like this is really long. Like I don't want to make this. I typically don't want to make this more than like 2 lines long. Like I don't want to use more than like this space that we have at the end of this line here. So I want to be fairly concise with the description of the setting. So so like the I want to so I need to, the things I need to convey here is treason and like the like royalty, I guess. Like that's it's not like someone betrayed. Like there's betrayal in like some random place in like some random wherever. Like this is literally like high stakes treason going on right here. That'll be it. High stakes treason going on right here. No. The voice that I use for like the voice, like when I write these events, I try and think of like what a hilarious old person would say, or like what an amusing caricature of like a Merlin type like like if Merlin was Rick from like Rick and Morty, like if but like was less inappropriate with his language, then like that's I guess kind of like how I hope for well, I guess technically it's Trusty Bard. Like I guess I kind of did personify like this voice as Trusty Bard. But like that I don't know. That's like how I always think of like how these events should be described. They tend to be very factual, right? Because or like I mean they tend to be fairly forthright in like their description, but I don't know. I tend to I don't know. I guess so. Maybe it's just like a fairly straightforward description, but in like what I hope to be sort of a more whimsical sort of setting. So then there's the fact that everything gets preceded by hark, which helps sell it, helps sell the whole situation. So I'm just trying to think of like, because like if you're going to accuse someone of if you're going to accuse someone of treason, you should probably there should probably be pretty good cause. But like until the traitor is revealed, like all you really have is the evidence, right? So I'm trying to think like what oh sorry oh hey Tom, sorry, I'm not paying as much attention to chat. You might have noticed that there's not I oh I might be redoing a lot. I'm not redoing it yet, but I think the so yeah, earlier in the stream we were talking about like redoing a lot of stuff, and I think what we kind of hit a compromise. I'm probably going to redo all of the character art, and at some point I'm probably going to change all of the background art, but not redo all of it. Like I'm going to use the existing background art, and like when I redo the character art, I'm going to use the existing character art, but I'm going to like I have to do like I have to like go. I'm going to make the characters bigger is the thing. Like so for at first it's like the so for yeah for if people weren't here earlier, like what the way we started the stream today, we talked about how the graphics, like the visuals for side quest, are very small, which it was intended because I didn't want them to take up the entire screen. I wanted there to be room for me to like work on the stuff that I'm working on. But the end result is that at the size that I made everything, they're just not visible on mobile. They're just not even there on mobile, basically. And the text is like illegible. And I was thinking. So my first thought was maybe I'll just redo all of the art and change all of the dimensions and just now that I have like this baseline to look at and work with, I'll just basically start again. And I mean even in the most radical scenario, I would still basically just be redoing the things that we already did because I don't want to reinvent the wheel. Yeah, so like even in the worst case scenario, it would be just re-implementing the same. No, actually if I started from scratch in that regard, I probably would redo a lot of stuff. I'd probably change a lot of stuff. But yeah, so the compromise we hit, I think, is that I'm going to just make the characters bigger because they're going to be bigger relative to the background, so the backgrounds are going to seem a little bit smaller and just like slightly more trivial, I guess, but they'll still be as detailed as they are, and the characters are going to get more detailed, which so that'll serve a few purposes. That'll make it so that the characters are bigger on screen and so more visible on mobile, and also that'll give me more room to work with when adding character art. I can get a little more detailed. It doesn't have to be as broad strokes. I can get a little more. I can add like more accessories and like more flourishes to like really differentiate what's going on there. So yeah, that should be cool. So right, treason. I was thinking like, how can I set this up so that like literally there's like, how can I really depict the result of the treason? So like what's something that a traitor, like so if there's like a spy or like someone feeding information to like an enemy or something like that, like what could be like a and again, these are my rhetorical questions to myself, which is kind of why I'm tuned out of chat right now, because I'm asking myself rhetorical questions, and I'm sorry, but yeah that's what I'm doing right now. It's not perfect, but I'm sorry. Yeah, so what could a traitor do that would be like really like basically the sort of thing where like maybe the traitor might even blow their cover by doing so, but it's like such a coup that like they take that risk and like it's so grand that they might get revealed for it. Or actually no, I guess it doesn't have to be the result of their action, because that's a really dumb thing for a traitor to do, like to blow their cover. So maybe like so no, maybe I guess the way you find out about a traitor, or like a better way to find out about a traitor, or a more common way to find out, I don't know. I clearly don't work in espionage or counterintelligence or anything like that, but I guess like you could intercept like a secret communication, but you know, so like hey, vent time. um, so I guess so the king, yes, and I guess maybe the king will do it, or like the king, or maybe it could be the queen, because we already yeah, maybe the queen will uncover the traitor, because why not? We already, what do we actually refer to the king in King for a day? King Day. The king is indisposed. You must wear the crown for a day. Yeah. All right. So the so the queen's yeah, okay, so the queen capital Q queen, I think. Did I do capital K king? No, I didn't. Are you supposed to capitalize royalty? I assume so. I don't know. Royalty seems like the sort of thing that you're supposed to capitalize. King. But monarch. Oh no, they're not unilaterally. But if you're referring to a definite one, maybe if you're referring to a definite one, then maybe you're supposed to capitalize it. So maybe I should capitalize king. Maybe I should capitalize the K in king. I don't know. Again, this isn't really my wheelhouse. The king. Let's see what this turns out. King in game nickname. How about like really? There's not. Oh, I guess it's because I said the king. King. Huh. Weird. I tend to just like, if I'm unsure about like stuff like that, I just tend to check general usage, but I don't know what general usage I would find most most convincing in this case. It's such a common phrase that yeah, whatever. I'll capitalize it for no particular reason. So King Day, capital K King. I don't care if it sounds like it's referring to like Elvis is indisposed. You have to wear Elvis's crown for a day. I don't care. It's open to interpretation. Excuse me, sorry, just one moment. All right, so the queen uncovered. The queen has uncovered evidence of a disturbing treasonous plot in the court. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't care. Whatever. I can always come back and fix it if I realize later how dumb that sounds. Alright, so confess is not a real option. There is no outcome 0. That can be a blank line. Outcome 1. Oh wow, yeah. There's gonna be a lot of outcomes because there are a lot of things. So this is a lot of counselor. So this isn't. This is the case where the counselor truly was the culprit. So the counselor. Oh, interesting. Yeah, since there's only one. Oh, yeah. I hadn't really thought about this, but since there's only like one correct answer for these events, the more possible. The more, because I've added like 4, because there are 4 here. Huh. It's worth fewer points because of how many there are. Like on average, it'll be worth fewer points because of how many there are here. because, huh? Hadn't really thought that one. Hadn't really thought about that one. I mean, so I could actually change how many points this event type is worth. Like this, like 4 is typically the. I mean, 4. I call 4 points perfect because you can't get higher than 4 points. So maybe this is fine, but maybe I shouldn't have 4. Maybe I shouldn't have 4 options here. Maybe I should get rid of one of these. So I'll probably get rid of the counselor because I was never 100% sure about that term. Anyways, it never struck me as like quite sufficiently evocative. Right. Okay. So the war chief, the cleric, or the jester, or will he confess the crime, which is not a real option. All right. So the first option is the war chief. Actually, no, it shouldn't be will you accuse. It should be do you, hmm. Yeah, I don't want. Basically, I want to ask like, who do you think it is, not necessarily who do you do you suspect? They all say will you until this one. I mean, I did change up a lot of how this one's phrased as is, and maybe that's fine. Maybe it's like, so like, do you suspect the war chief, the cleric, or the jester, or will you confess to the crime? The whole confession thing is more amusing. So maybe, yeah, you can accuse it. You can accuse them. Will you accuse the war chief, the cleric, or the jester? Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. So one thing that I try and do with the outcomes is not indicate, like, who took a particular action. Because, like, I can't, like, if I say you did this in an outcome, then that could be discordant with, like, the people who didn't take that action. Like, if I accuse the cleric, if I accuse the cleric, but it turns out the war chief was the correct answer, so the outcome says, like, you apprehend the war chief. Like, that sounds weird. So, like, so I guess, yeah, I try not to say, like, you in these, in these particular outcomes. So, so like, royal, or, guards, so guards, apprehend, the the commander. Is it weird to call a war chief a commander? I don't know. I don't care. Everything the commander. I don't know, something along those lines. What's the cleric gonna be? I mean, these could all be a little bit samey. I try and differentiate the outcome so that so that the event doesn't like just play out the same way every time. So guards apprehend the commander. So like the jester, the cleric, they like, so how do they get caught, I guess, is the next question. The next rhetorical question that I'm asking myself. I apologize again for the weird. I apologize for ripping my earbuds out of my head. Sorry about all of these things. Oh, so many regrets. So we can apprehend the commander. I was picturing like the commander like fleeing. Oh yeah, they should be like cowardly. They should because they're traitors. So so we can disparage their character, or we can make them like we can make them, I don't know. Like, so the war chief could be trying to escape, because that's not a very like war chief thing to do. The cleric, I don't know what the cleric or jester should do. I mean, they don't all have to be like uncharacteristic, but like guards apprehend the commander. Well, huh. Uh, they should be guilty. I mean, they should be guilty. Uh, uh, when they're apprehended, kind of like how the uh, I wanted to like really sell the offense of like really, I don't know. I mean, in this it's like as it is written now currently, like you kind of have to take the queen's word, which I guess is like what you have for sufficient evidence. Well, no, she has evidence. So it's evidence that is sufficient to convince the queen. Is like what is I guess what you have to go on, and so I don't know. That could have been stronger, but like in the same way that I wanted like the evidence that you have to go on to be strong, I want the proof that they were in fact guilty to be like similar. So like what so I could just make up what the plots were because I don't specify the plot in advance. Guards apprehend the commander. Uh, uh, as he attempts to flee. Uh, guard apprehend guards apprehend the commander as he attempts to flee, and then the crime. What is he fleeing with? He's fleeing with he's fleeing with as he attempts to flee with I don't know. I think he stole something or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out in a second. What's the cleric's crime then? The cleric and yeah, how is he caught? What is his crime and how is he caught? The jester, what is his crime and how is he caught? Jester, I want the jester to have done something really political, like bureaucratic. I want the jester's crime to be very white collar. Uh, uh, so, uh, uh, the hey, it's one time. So before the jester or before the fool had opportunity to destroy. What do people do? How did people like shred documents back before there were such thing as shredders or documents? Again, rhetorical question. I apologize. I think I might be using the phrase rhetorical question. I might not be using that quite correctly because rhetorical question. I guess it's not technically rhetorical. I mean, I guess I'm just kind of like asking myself. I don't know. Either way. So what is the so the cleric could be cleric I don't know what would be funny for the cleric except just have his be particularly heinous. I don't know. Because clerics you think of as like holy, right? What are real clerics? I know what clerics are in video games. I don't know what clerics are in real life. What is a cleric in real life? Priest or religious leader. Oh, interesting. Okay. I mean that I would have guessed about as much. So I might be overreaching a little bit with this. I should probably just like punch in. It doesn't super matter what. Guards apprehend the commander as he attempts to flee. With the stolen Uh, something. Before the fool had opportunity to finish uh, doctoring the tax records, he was caught red-handed. Is red-handed hyphenated? More questions. Things that I guess I care a little bit about. Those things are hyphenating red-handed, but maybe it's because I'm red-handed hyphenated. All right, and or not hyphenated. I trust Dictionary more than I trust Urban Dictionary. All right, he's caught red-handed. So what was the treasonous plot? What is treason? Because now that I think about it, like white collar crimes don't tend to be treason. Yeah, right. I might be throwing around that term a bit lightly. So yeah. All right. So what's like uh uh so it wouldn't be tax records. It would be like a treatise. What is a treatise? Define treatise. Oops, I can spell. Written work formally dealing formally and systematically with a subject. Huh. Oh, so maybe I just meant treaty. I didn't know what the difference between those. Yeah, that's the one. I don't know. They seem like they should be related. It seems like those. So okay. So doctoring. Uh. So. So what is he doing? He's like falsifying. He's like falsifying a treaty, I guess. Is like the white collar. Just I don't think that really sells. I should probably just I should probably just so should it not be treasonous, or I mean it has to be like a high crime. Uh so a disturbing plot against the court. Against the court. Against the court. We use the yeah. Sure, that's fine. Okay. It doesn't have to be treasonous. So maybe the cleric's crime could be treason or something. I don't know. Guards apprehend the commander as he attempts to flee with the stolen jewels. I guess the guards, the war chief just wanted to be pretty. Stolen crown jewels. The cleric. Maybe the cleric like kidnapped someone or something. No, nope. I was gonna say maybe the cleric like kidnapped the prince or something, but I don't like that one. I don't want that to be what happens. So what would I prefer then? I guess. I don't know. Gosh, I forgot if I added more of these things in, I'd have to come up with more outcomes. I really didn't think that one through. So, the cleric, it's funny how, like, I don't know, like, I have, like, more ideas than I can, like, even care about. Like I have more ideas than like I basically just have to take ideas and be like, no, never. Like that's my typical response to when I have an idea is just no, never. Not because like it was a bad idea. I mean, a lot of the ideas are like frivolous or unimportant to the point where I really don't have to do any of them, and so I'm able to not do any of them. Uh, but then like you sit down and like you come up with like I sit myself down and I try and come up with like a very pointed thing. Like what is this cleric's crime? And then like all of a sudden like my brain is just like completely dry. It's just funny how that works. How like creativity is like at one time a fountain, but also like a fountain of like completely irrelevant things, none of which are quite exactly what you need at a given time. It's like the crime of the cleric. So tax records, stolen crown jewels. No, how about like slander or something? um, so I mean that's a bit like white collar. That's also a bit like I don't know. I don't know. Because like, well, it occurred to me like if or like I was thinking libel or slander or something like that. But like, kind of like finding the tax records is evidence of the jester's white collar crime. Like finding the yeah, again, you'd be finding documents, which isn't quite as exciting. So so the so the uh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should come back to this one later. I'll just save it for now, and I mean I have to come back to that one. It's not quite done yet. All I need to do is come up with the cleric's crime and his how he gets caught for it. But I don't know. I just my brain doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like cooperating right now. So I'll give it a minute to cool off. And all right, I should come up with more event type 0 now that because like if I finish that event, it'll be the only event type 0. So like I don't know. What would be another event type 0? Is one way I could well, okay, I kind of have that reminder to myself. Make event type 0 with a gamble. Because that actually stays true. Because that's like this is the one for gambling. I mean, either event type 0 or the new event type 1 could be for gambling, but it's a different type of gamble, I guess. Uh um hmm. Yeah, like the new event type 0 is like one gamble, whereas like event type 2 is like a number of gambles. Um, all in one event. Uh, huh. What all right, so what were other things? We could go with right, so we kind of hopped past the hallucination and the single person with a single problem. The single person with a single problem could be hallucination, and they could come up with something weird and unclear, and because they're hallucinating, and like none of those things are actually, and like none of the actions are actually real actions, except one action, which is like get him a glass of water or something. No, I don't know. Dispute between two parties. Oh yeah, I didn't dispute between two parties. Oh, huh. I guess I mean this could kind of be like another gamble, I guess, where like one party is no, that's just like the betrayal, except too samey. I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to come up with like more events. Yeah, whatever happened to that? Like this was not supposed to be about like finely manicured events. This was just supposed to be about like faster events. I guess I'm just slow at writing events is the thing here. I'm I'm trying to write them in a very abstract sense. I always assume like if I actually played the game like it's supposed to get played, like if I use the secret control panel and everything, then like that would be a breeze. But I don't know. That might just be me telling myself that. Uh, so sorry, I'm gonna mute the mic for a second. I'm not actually going anywhere. I just assume you don't want to. Well, I'll be right back. Excuse me, sorry about that. Um, if anyone finds weird sloshing noises offensive, I'm about to shake up a thing of tomato juice, so fair warning. um, sorry. All right. So what to work on next? I know this is gonna sound dumb, but like I'm almost like okay with like the extent to which I've added in new events. I know I only added in one new event, and like I almost have another one ready to get added in, but like I'm almost okay with that. That's like almost fine. That level of progress. Uh, so yeah, what what else do I wanna do here? I can get rid of the farmstead because that one is like legit done. So something weird and unclear. This description is weird and unclear. Uh, dispute between two parties. Oh, something heard in legend. Deranged tyrant. Intangible affliction. Uh, hmm. I might just switch to working on art for a little while. Like it's I don't know. This worked well enough that I'm glad about that. And like yesterday, I was having difficulty like getting past this because like yesterday, like the challenge was not just how to do this, but like how to even be able to do this, like how to even like put myself in a position where I could do this, and that was really halting. That was really, and that it was that was difficult for me to get over. But I do feel at least not restricted, not restrained, or like no longer prevented from being able to work on this. So yeah, I might switch over uh, to art. Should I do one more? I don't know. One more is apparently going to take me a while. um, uh, so yeah, I mean, I can kind of like work on both at the same time, I guess. Because like when I'm working on art, I just basically just like talk to myself a lot. And actually, when I'm working on art, I tend to have like sometimes I run out of things to say when I'm working on art, and so like all I'm doing now is talking. So hey, maybe this will work out. Maybe this will work. I'm just like lining it up so it's still on screen, but not in the center of the screen. All right, so cause yeah, gosh, I have a lot to do with art, right? I have to all right, what do I have to do? All right. Oh man, the mouse. I spent way too much time on that mouse, and now I have to redo the mouse. That's sad. But anyways, uh, equipment or adventure 0. Start with adventure 0, and I mean, well, no, I guess I could just, I could just use this one. Hold on, I'll file, save as. Oh, I don't know what I want to save it as yet. I'll just save it as like whatever, for starters. So, all right. I want to. I was saying I'd increase everything by a factor of 150. Oh yeah, I can pay attention to chat now. Can I? The reason I'm not paying attention to chat right now is I should finish that one event so that I can pay attention to chat. The reason I'm not paying attention to chat right now is because I kept asking all those rhetorical questions, and if chat contains answers to those rhetorical questions, I don't really want to read them until I've finished actually writing this thing. So, all right, I guess I should do that first. Right. So the cleric's crime will be cleric's crime will be what? The cleric's crime will be yeah. So Uh, uh, so, whatever. Okay, so in dramatic rooftop encounter, uh, the kidnapped prince, whatever. The prince got kidnapped. I don't care. Is saved from the wicked. I'm using a synonym, like commander for war chief, fool for jester. The whatever, just wicked cleric. Diviner. I don't know. No particular reason. So there was some mysticism to it. Oh. Oh. Wait, what? More definitions. It's giving me the definition of divine. Oh, because you think I mean the adjective, like more divine. No, the other definition. Remember spelling it, or does this dictionary just not recognize it? I thought maybe that was one of the ones I saw at the thesaurus. Yeah, diviner, oracle, augur. Augur sounds like an ugly word, which is good. So I'm trying to make him out to sound like a villain. Yeah, I'm gonna call him an augur. Yeah, cool. All right. So now that's done. I can move this into the quest folder, and now I can read chat. Sorry for not having paid attention to chat for so long. So I don't really need to catch up on Trusty Bard's chat because oh man, I was like zoned out for a while. Sorry guys. I oh, Day Slash, hey, how's it going? Sorry. A while ago you asked what things have I done, and we mostly quest stuff, like just brainstorming and like setting up a few quests. I don't know what the context for that question is, but yes, I am Beyonce. You figured me out. I don't. What is that? Oh, I did keep. Sorry for saying zero as often. Uh, uh, I think because I kept reading your name in chat was the reason that when I was I forget what word I was trying to type, but I kept using a zero instead of an O, and I think it's because I kept reading your name. Zero Maverick. Alright, so oh, what level do you get the mouse and the bird? The mouse is let's look. Why not? I mean, we'll have to look at this stuff anyways in a second because I'm going to be redoing all this stuff. So the where is it? The equipment list. So you get the mouse at this level. I don't have them numbered, and that's partly because if I wanted to like add in a new one, I didn't want to have to renumber all of them. So let's see, what is so you get it like after it takes a while before you get the mouse. You have to get like what's the level? So this is level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Level 14 is the mouse. Then 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 is the blackbird. Yeah, I wanted those to be special. I specifically held off as long as I could before giving little animal companions, just because, I don't know. I just wanted them to be cool. And I don't know. I guess I didn't have to wait quite as long, but I just, I don't know, it felt like a really cool thing. I was basically like, I actually like it, with the way I set up the order in general. Like I tried to like introduce new elements as infrequently as possible. Like I waited as long as I could. Like the first thing you get is like the you get oh wait, my count was off by one because I accidentally counted legs. So actually subtract one from all of those things that I said. So like what was it like? I think I said like 14 and 22. So it'd actually be like 13 and 21. Sorry, I was off by one because you start with legs. The first thing you get is a stick, and then you get gloves, and then you get a cap, and then a backpack, and then boots. Oh wow, no, I've completely failed at introducing new elements. I just introduced new elements willy nilly, but that was the one element that I waited uh, longer to introduce. Oh, that might not even be on screen. Sorry. Whoops. All right. So yeah. All right. So right. The art stuff. Wonderful, wonderful art stuff. We're amping this up by 150 pixels. Wait, what? Oh, why did it not? No, I meant to do it in. Let's try that again. We're amping it up by maintain aspect ratio 150 pixels, or 150. Or not? Yeah, no, wait, no, not again. Not pixels. Percentage. Wait. Oh, by percentage. Yeah. Whoops. Derp. 50%. Or 150%. All right, wait, I can do this. I can do this. All right, there we go. So now things are like a little fuzzy and a little grainy. So now it becomes a matter of basically redrawing a lot of this, frankly. Oh, also like recalculate. Oh yeah. Wow, like a lot of this stuff is gonna change. So, oh yeah, I can change a lot of things though. Well, I have to change all the data files. Ugh. All right. Well, the one nice thing about the data files is that I can change the coordinate system so that it's not quite as weird. Because yeah, right now, like the reason the doll file is named 3050 is because like the quote unquote zero coordinate is like 30 pixels in, 50 pixels down. It's like somewhere up here, and that's just because it was like based on the arbitrary size of like the original character art. But now like the character art is actually just like this face, like, and so the size is like completely arbitrary. So I guess if I'm redoing all this stuff, I might as well change those sizes because why not? Yeah. So I guess that would be a good thing to start with, is to like redraw the face. So let's hide these things for now, and we'll reintroduce those as we go. Actually, that one can stay. That one's just there for contrast. So right, yeah. So now these are all like weird, blurry, whatever. I actually probably just want to draw over it. Frankly, I probably just want to draw over this with like the new look. Actually, so I'll actually draw under it, and I'll make this one less opaque. So let's oh yeah, if I'm redrawing this stuff, there's one other thing I could do that I kind of meant to do, which is I've done this a few times, but I kind of want to shift the like rebalance the tone of the character, or specifically the hue saturation, maybe. It just like it's weird like drawing things in like one context, because when you put them in another context, they look very different than how you've drawn them. Not like that doesn't always happen, but like it happens a lot of the time, and I keep getting caught up by it. So yeah, the one thing that I kept failing to accomplish was I was trying to like get like I was trying to like get like a skin tone. Like I had an idea in my mind for like what the skin tone should look like, and I kept on adding it into the game, and it just was not what I expected. So like for example, yeah, like I mean, sorry, like the only way I can see the art is by pulling this onto screen. It doesn't actually like I can't actually see the thing on the bottom of the screen that everyone else sees. So yeah, it's just like, so that was before this change, and I basically like, I don't know, that the skin tone just always comes out way lighter than I expect it to. So like in order to get it like the value that I want, I guess I probably just have to